Okay, let's refine our calculator to handle this multi-product reality. Our goal is to use the product dropdown we created in Module 2 on our inputs sheet to drive the entire calculation. When we select pastries, the calculator should automatically pull the correct variable costs and the correctly allocated fixed costs for that product. To do this, we need one more table on our inputs sheet, a detailed breakdown of the variable costs for all products, just as we did for sourdough loaf in Module 1. You can extract this information from your documented production data. If you're starting out, get the information from an already existing business. Let's create a hypothetical data for our variable cost table. You can as well extract data from the Greenleaf Bakeries file downloaded in Module 1. Convert this to an Excel table named tbl_vis_detail. Now we have all the pieces. 1. Direct materials and labor. Our calculator will use an lookup formula to look at the products selected in our dropdown and pull the correct total variable cost from this new table. 2. Overhead. Fixed costs. Our calculator will look up the units produced for the selected product from tbl_prod_volume. Divide it by the total units, and multiply that percentage by the total fixed costs. We will also use this lookup function to retrieve each of these data and place them in the unit cost worksheet. 3. Production volume. This is now used to calculate the allocation percentage from where we'll derive the fixed cost allocation per selected product. This makes our template incredibly powerful and dynamic. Your turn. Activity 4. Let's complete our inputs sheet. Add the variable costs by product table as shown above. Convert it to an Excel table named tbl_vis_detail. Make sure that total variable cost column correctly sums the material and labor costs for each row. Pause the video and go ahead and build a refined product unit cost calculator for your multi-product line. Now, play the video and compare what you created with our solution.
So for activity 4, all we need to do is to create another table called the variable cost table. So we are going to add another table here. We can call it table 5. Okay, I'll go to move another space here. So here I'm going to call this table 5. Table 5, this should be our variable cost table. So that's variable costs by products. So here we are going to have variable costs table. Okay, so here this variable cost table is actually going to have the variable costs put together. It means that the first one for sourdough, we are going to discard it when we are refining the model. So here we are going to have product, direct material cost, direct labor cost, and variable total variable cost. So we have products, direct labor costs, direct material costs, then total variable costs. Now here you notice that we are going to we are going to be using formula in this total variable cost. It's going to help us to perform the calculation here. So for products, I'm going to still copy the same products. I don't need to type them again. So each of the products here we have their variable cost, their direct labor cost, and their direct material costs. Okay, so I'm going to add them now. Here I have 955, 500, 1. Okay, so for here we are going to just be doing the calculation. Here we have 955 and 500. Here we have 750, 400. 750, 400. Now the distance you are going to, we're using hypothetical data. You can retrieve them yourself. So you can as well choose any figures you want, just for the sake of this activity. So here we have 1,200, 600. 1,200, 600. And here we have 800, 450. 800 and 450. Okay, so we'll convert this to Excel table. So carrying this here, we press Ctrl T. My table have header. So I'm going to call it table variable cost detail. Okay. Just need to increase this thing to like 14 and use the Optos display that we've been using. Okay, so here we'll now calculate the total here, which is simply equals this plus, sorry, although it's the same thing, they are commutative, so it's this plus here equals this plus this. Okay, so we have them now, all the variable costs. So we have them here. Okay, so haven't gotten the variable costs, gotten the monthly production volume, and all that we need for now. We are going to use the XLOOKUP function to refine our models so that it will be able to give us the unit cost for each product that is selected. Now in the next lesson we are going to do that.